Listener discretion is advised.
It's time for another Steel Revolution podcast. Please keep in mind that the opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the individuals, and they do not reflect any official view of the United Steelworkers, USW Local 105, or its officers or sub-board members for officers.
Are we ready?
Yes, we are.
Okay. If you say we're ready, then I guess we're ready. Hello, podcast listeners. Welcome to Steel Revolution. Almost at 31.
Nope.
117.
117.
Coming to you on March 30. April 4th.
Is it April 4th?
Yeah. No, it's
Is
April
it 3rd? It's
April
the
3rd, yeah.
Third.
Man, this is a shit show to begin with.
Okay, Mike.
He's in Mike's seat, so.
Right, yeah, I got to be like him. I'll
Where's
start
it?
growling
You
here
got the-
before you know it.
You got the princess queued up?
You know what? I'll find it. Sorry about that, friend. Yeah, I'll look for it.
All right, we got to get a few of them in today.
Yeah, we will.
All right. 117. Got a lot to catch up on. First podcast back in a while. Start off, kind of go in an order of the oldest news first. Plant-wide communication meetings happen. Takeaways from that. One, coaches and area managers don't understand the process. Make sure you guys are stopping harder out there, not only for safety, but for quality. You know, it's truly up to us on how successful this plant is because, like I said, we had meetings in there and it looked like, you know, your coaches, your area managers didn't understand the process, and we're in trouble if we're not the ones stopping.
I will mention over the weekend, we had a really good stop in Ingot, trying to start, I believe it was the 15 side back up of 8-pit. Yeah, we had a really good stop. They wanted to, part of it was tagged out for maintenance. They wanted production to go ahead and do some things. They stopped, got a hold of Mike. Mike talked to the maintenance people, and we worked through it. So those are the types of stops we need, especially when lockout tagout's involved. I just want to commend those guys of doing that stop.
Good job. The next, we do have a very small group of craftspeople starting here this week. So we'll be talking to them, encouraging them to join the union and getting them up to speed on benefits and contract issues or benefits. We'll see if they lift that, if there's any more coming in April or May for new hires. There'll be more to come on that. The charity music bingo event we had raised $1,300 for Transitions Mental Health. Again, a great local charity doing great things in our community. That was March 4th. Going to get the thank you letters out here soon to the local businesses that help support that. And then already the picture with the check has already been put on Facebook. We're doing that to any charity either we support or any charity that gets money from our general fund. Make sure that they're taking pictures with us and we're taking credit for that.
That was a pretty fun event.
Raised a lot of notes, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
See musical notes, money notes.
You should have been there.
Yeah.
I bet we wouldn't have had to use Shazam at all.
Right. Right.
Maybe next time.
You should do something like that, seriously.
Maybe next time.
No, I mean, like, there's actual
He
jobs.
wants to go in business with
Yeah.
Sean and Lee Enterprises?
Yeah.
Well, there's already a
whatever.
Lee Enterprise.
Or
in
Lee and
Davenport.
Sean. I mean, I'd rather my name be first.
Well, alphabetically, I guess that would be.
You put him second. You're the real talent.
I kind of like the way you're thinking there, Roy. But you can go Lee and Sean. We'll talk after the podcast.
Okay.
All right. No, we won't actually, but okay.
Regular business meetings are the 18th. A reminder that the 11:20 meeting is back, so we'll be having that 11:20 p.m. meeting. The Iowa Federation of Labor Legislative Conference was February 27th and 28th. Myself, Lee, and the rest of our delegates were out there. Main topic of discussion and action was child labor. Let Lee talk about that.
Yeah, it was. To be honest, that was the first time I was there, and there was a really intense protest. We went to both chambers protesting. It was loud, intense. We definitely got the attention of the legislators. So, if anyone hasn't heard, they're wanting to roll back to the early 1900s with some of this stuff. It's very concerning. Some of the things they want to change is they want to allow kids as young as 14 to work 6-hour nightly shifts. I don't know how kids are going to prepare for schoolwork doing that. They want to allow 15-year-olds to work on assembly lines to load or unload shipments of items up to 50 pounds. They want to allow 16 and 17-year-olds to serve alcohol. Then they want to allow kids 14 to 17 to be able to work jobs that were formerly off limits as hazardous under the guise of work-based learning. So we actually had a rally. Was that last weekend? Yeah, last weekend or weekend before this past one. It was pretty good. Had a lot of good speakers. Kay Pence, a guy from the Davenport Education Association. They really made some good points about graduation rates, how they could affect that. And, we just kind of talked about that, unions, or not unions, but workers have been under attack for a while with work comp laws and the unemployment bills that are just very unfavorable towards us. So it just feels like we're constantly under attack. Now they're going after our kids. So I encourage everyone to please call your legislators. We do not need this. They say there's a labor shortage. A lot of what we talked about on last Saturday as well is that there's not a labor shortage. Just these companies don't want to pay people a good wage to keep people in this state. So that's what we need to do. But please call your legislators. We don't need this very ugly bill. Let's protect our kids.
Yeah, it was the first time I was out there for that conference, and yeah, it was very exciting to be walking through the halls and chanting and making sure that they heard us, which they obviously did, because then they changed some rules at the Capitol afterwards.
Yeah.
But anyway,
yeah,
they did hear us.
Yep.
Whether or not they do anything about it, we'll see, right? We just had a round of third-level grievances on March 29th and 30th. Company has 45 days to answer those. So if you had one on the docket, again, it's 45 days. If you haven't had one, we're working through a backlog that was created because of contract and then some scheduling issues. We're looking for another date in May to hurry up and get through the rest of the grievances that are on the third-level docket. And then we're also looking for ARB dates here in the future. Some other articles that were in the Forerunner here, there was one on FMLA, and just wanted to make you guys aware, if you're going over your frequency that's on your cert, say you got a chronic reoccurring condition, the company can ask you to recert, and at that time they'll get with your doctors, say, hey, they're going over, is this does this match your diagnosis? If the doctor says no and upholds his original, then going forward you're going to be on the hook for hits. And what has happened recently is there was one for sure, there may be two members that have gotten fired for going over their cert because it turned into hits, and ultimately they tripped discharge. So the other option they have is they can ask for a second opinion, and that second opinion goes into effect, and then it might change your frequency, could lower it all the way down to 0. Your option after that is to get a third opinion, and then that third opinion is final and binding. So again, you might want to watch it, make sure you're staying at your frequency or under.
Yep.
We also had some articles about short-term disability. One, if you're off on short-term disability, and it doesn't matter when, we've had some real crazy ones where people didn't really know that they qualified for short-term. They went after it later. Ultimately, they were already working, right? But they went after it to get their day covered, and they got their day covered. But unfortunately, then medical kicked them out because they didn't have a return to work note, even though they'd been working the whole time. So make sure anytime you apply for short term, you get approved, make sure you got a return to work note. The other thing is best case scenario, or best practice, I should say, is if you're off, and you think you might be off for, one, if your issue is qualified or is a qualifying event for short-term disability, call off for that first. If you think you might hit the 8-day window for an illness, call off short-term. Don't call off FMLA, because you get people that get their vacation taken away, and then it's a hassle to try to get your vacation back in some way, shape, or form. So it's always a best practice to go the short-term disability route first. And then the last one, had some people with some issues on the old short-term disability rate. If you have a new claim that was after the first of the year, you should be getting the new rate. If it seems like it's too low or it's the same as the old rate, then make sure you talk to your case manager, and if you don't get anywhere there, then make sure you call the hall so we can work on that issue for you. Got a new integrity line number, 1-800-461-9330. And a reminder, you can send an email, or you can go online and submit a complaint, and then you can also call that number. So there's 3 ways you can do that, and the ways you can submit it's been in the Forerunner and in the works, and also on our Facebook page. We want to welcome the newest members of our amalgamated unit 105-3 from Stetson out in Eldridge. They are the drivers and then the manufacturers of rebar out there. So welcome to the Steelworkers.
Yeah, I just want everyone to be ready to possibly do some action if we have to. Getting that first contract can be tough sometimes, so be ready to take some actions if we need to support those guys in getting that first contract.
Yeah, it's hard enough to get ones after it, let alone the first one.
Right.
Reminder, American Income Life will be sending you guys stuff out, updating your beneficiaries and that. This is a free insurance policy that all of our members and retirees have. If you do not want any extra life insurance, then just when you fill out your stuff, put do not contact on it. They shouldn't contact you. If you have any issues, call down here. We've been successful with contacting our contact with them, and usually put a stop to that right away if they're contacting you too much. But it is a free benefit, and it's a benefit that's paid out quite a bit in recent years. So we continue to supply that to the membership.
Yep.
Another reminder, so article in the Forerunner, have your attendance records ran fairly often, especially if you're coming back from like a vacation, FMLA, short term, anything changes in your schedule, shift complete, ETOs, SPLs, make sure you're running them your first day back. And if there's an issue, make sure you raise it to either your union steward, committeeman, or call the hall. There's multiple issues, and people make mistakes.
Yep.
We had one not too long ago in IPS, but people make mistakes. You need to be diligent, watching your attendance records and also your paychecks.
Yeah, and Inget, we just had a couple of those as well. I'd encourage everyone to run it, every couple of weeks anyway, just to make sure your attendance is good on, even if whether you have issues or not with short-term disability or anything.
Speaking of mistakes, there was a mistake with the W-2s, and people will be getting corrections. Lee, do you want to? I think you got a better idea on what's going on than I do.
So, from what it sounds like, it's those that make post-tax 401k contributions. So, as long as you make pre-tax contributions, it sounds like there isn't any problems that we know of. but I know some people have called down here saying they're getting letters saying that the incorrect amount is going into a certain box on the original W-2, so they're going to be sending out a W-2C to correct that. So be on the lookout for that. If I know there's going to be issues because I'm sure quite a few people have already filed their taxes, so Light has agreed to pay for any charges or fees you get for having to correct your taxes. So be on the lookout. We'll figure out what kind of process we're going to have for that. But call the hall if you have any questions on that. And actually, Roy, didn't you say we're going to put out an information request to get a list of people that should be getting one of those letters?
Yep, we gotta send that off today.
Yep.
So something else going around the plant, there's a rapid response action on cuts to retirement security. Lee, you know what that's all about?
Yeah, so we've reached our debt ceiling. So we want to. There's some officials that legislators that want to cut back on retirement security, such as extending Social Security age out, making cuts to Medicare and Medicaid. So what we did is our last uni meeting, we passed a resolution that we're asking members to sign for. Those should be going out in the departments. If you have not seen it, please contact your committeeman or call here at the hall. You can talk to me about it. I kind of compare this to, I mean, it's not the same thing, but when they had the bad trade acts that were going on, we asked a lot of the members to sign on. These are the same types of things that these affect everybody, right? So it should be in everyone's best interest to sign these things so we can show Congress that it's not right, that, we paid into this Social Security. We should be getting it.
Exactly. Reminder that the office manager, Dan, is here Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 2:30. Again, he is your go-to resource for retirement questions and help. We did have some updates that concern the Veterans of Steel. Lee, I'll let you take it away.
So this is another disappointing. State of Iowa is just disappointing in many ways, but here's another one. Jeff Hartford is working with the Senate Democratic leader Zach Walz to try to. Other states have done this to just try to get some kind of posting, making it mandatory for companies to have a posting for veterans, whether it be for suicide prevention or veterans assistance, or any of those types of information or avenues they can to get help, whether it be PTSD or whatever. This should be a very, very easy bipartisan bill that supports our veterans, right? I'm just sick and tired of these politicians say they support veterans because it's a popular thing to say, but when it comes down to actually do some action, they don't want to do anything. So the chair of the Veterans Affairs Committee, Jeff Reichman, he wouldn't introduce the bill. He wouldn't even entertain it for a subcommittee. So very frustrating. I could not tell you why he wouldn't want to do this to help our veterans. This isn't anything we're trying to get over on anybody. Just help our veterans that have chosen to sign up to defend our country. So the next legislative session, we'll hit back at it. But again, just wanted to kind of give you an update. It's very disappointing the way the state of Iowa is going about attacks on workers, and now don't even want to help support veterans. So just sad.
Yeah. Somewhat of an update. Our parking lot here at the hall is in need of repair, and so is the grading around the hall. Luckily, this last batch of storms, we did not get a whole lot of water in, but we got a little bit in. Got some absorbent pads down and took care of what did get in here, but that all has to do with the grading and the parking lot. So we're looking at addressing them issues. Had like an initial estimate come in, and then the guy didn't realize exactly what all we wanted done. So it'll be going back hopefully within the next, let's say, hopefully month at the latest. Hopefully we have the actual final bid, and then we'll share that with everybody at the business meetings, and probably at least give you guys an idea of the initial cost at our business meeting, our next one. Well, looks like it's that time, Sean.
Oh.
Back down to the end. Did you find Mike's thing?
Oh, yeah.
And apparently I'm the princess, Mike Nicholas.
There we go.
Sorry. I should have had it ready, but
And apparently I'm the princess, Mike Nicholas.
there you go.
Yeah. Well,
But we also have this.
well, we've established we have a princess and a grieve here. I'm Roy Hutt.
There you go. But this is my favorite.
And apparently I'm the princess, Mike Nicholas.
Wait, don't you have another one with Brad saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome back, princess.
And apparently I'm the princess, Mike Nicholas.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like any of the ones with Brad.
Yeah. Man, tough game yesterday.
Yeah. It was a good game, though. But,
It
yeah,
was a
tough.
good game. Yeah.
It
Tough,
was.
tough loss, but
You felt at least it was within, striking distance, or could keep up until the very end, and then it was like,
Oh, yeah,
you're
got
not,
out-
you're not
yeah,
coming
I mean,
back. It's out of hand.
LSU just kept hitting big shots. So I mean, it's tough. But to be totally honest, I watched women basketball somewhat, but it really caught fire. I think and gave a lot of popularity to it. So
Good.
Oh yeah, I definitely watched more of this tournament than
Yeah.
I've ever done
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
That probably has to do with the amount of publicity and social media that it got from
Yeah.
the women playing in
sure,
it.
sure. I mean, I don't think Sean supported Iowa.
No, I did.
Then why are you wearing an LSU hat today?
No, it's not an LSU hat. Just because it has a tiger on it.
Looks exactly like the LSU Tiger.
Well, I'm sorry, but it is not.
Okay.
Man,
Okay.
we had this discussion earlier, and apparently it's a. Man, I'm trying to think of something funny. You got
Doesn't
you got to
want-
roar about it. That's all I got.
Doesn't want to listen.
That
Man,
was a
it's
very
not.
vicious clock on that either.
It's not an LSU thing at all.
Okay.
That was just a warning swipe. You wait.
Right.
Yeah, you just wait.
Right. Yeah.
You'll see my eye.
You act like I was trying to take your food or something. Man.
Well, trying to make something out that I'm not.
When the Eye of the Tiger music starts playing, you better run, lady.
Right.
Yes.
Right. I'm just saying.
Tough
it's-
loss, though.
It's weird you just wore that hat the day after. It's just weird.
Hang on.
Oh, it's official now. He's
I'll
not
take
a,
it off,
he's
man.
not a Tiger fan.
If I would have had that hat, I would have for sure wore it today.
Oh, I know he would have.
It wasn't on purpose.
Okay.
Really, it wasn't. It's
Just the-
has nothing to do with college ball at all.
Okay.
Or LSU, for that matter.
Okay.
You all right now?
Yeah, I'm good.
Clear the air a little bit?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I got it off my chest.
Man.
These guys are like 0 to 100, man, today.
Either
They
this
are
or that.
wound up.
Well, when you have teams that actually make it far in the tournament, Roy.
I don't have to worry about
you
that.
See, Roy's
See how
cool, calm, and
relaxed I am?
collected. Yeah. He's not out lashing out with his paws.
Right.
Who's your team, Roy?
Illinois.
Yeah, I follow Illinois.
You do?
Yeah.
You're just as bad as he is.
We were done last month.
Man.
Whenever the first round was. Last month,
Right,
whatever,
yeah.
we
Well,
were
so was
done.
the men's, but
We were done.
yeah.
See, I'm an Illinois kind of guy, so not an LSU or Tiger or anything that you're trying to lay on me, man.
Good.
Easy over there.
Good.
Come after me.
Don't let them bother you, Sean.
Well, it's too late, Roy.
Let's try to end it. And I changed some stuff in here. We'll see if you like it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You actually read that stuff?
Sean, where can people find us?
LSU. Oh, I'm sorry. That was
Ooh, that was cold.
well. You come at me like that, that's what you're going to get. All right, buddy.
Okay, buddy.
Okay, they can find us on our Facebook page at Steel Revolution Podcast, USW Local 105,
Apple Podcasts. Yeah, I like that. Thank you for
Apple Podcast app.
app. Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
for changing that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The Podcast Addict for Android devices, the Android app, Google Play Music, iHeartRadio app, Spotify app, and as always on YouTube. And then we got the Odyssey app, Libsyn.com, the Locals website, and the men's restroom here at Local 105 in Bettendorf.
You know, I thought you were going to do a Ron Burgundy in there.
What's that?
What's that?
Oh, throw something in?
Yeah, when you said there's, I added something in there. I was like, oh no, what's this going to be?
Well, play. That's funny.
Right?
I wouldn't do that to Sean.
Yeah, you would.
No.
Lee would.
Oh,
Lee would.
I
for
guarantee
sure.
I would.
Yeah, I'm surprised Brady didn't put something in, but the LSU Tigers in here. Slide in there.
Nope.
Nothing.
Nope. Nope.
And apparently I'm the princess, Mike Nicholas.
We miss you, Mike.
We we just need to update. We need to update the glass, the pint glass. Heard we had a
No, we
had
did
a
not hear
suggestion.
nothing.
We do.
No.
There's some suggestions out
Flying
there.
around, and we're not going to talk about that.
Why?
Because it's not cool.
Maybe we can.
And apparently I'm the princess, Mike Nicholas.
I'm going to keep on playing that. Sorry, Ray. What do you have to say?
Say maybe we get you or your likeness in a tiger suit, but we don't have the head on. We just have your real head, so we know it's you.
Okay.
We can get Tony the Tiger, and then we can
Yeah.
get sued.
Yeah.
How about we just keep it the way it is? How about that?
Okay.
I like that idea.
You always got to update.
Well, yeah, I know you got to stay fresh, but
mean-
not with my likeness.
I mean, you know, Pepsi
Well-
still had the old thing. You know, it probably wouldn't sell as well. They have to update.
Oh, yeah, their logo. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it, but not with my likeness.
Why?
You want these things to sell.
Yeah.
That's what you want. You don't want this on your...
Why?
Look at me.
Well, you don't have to make that face.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah. I'm gonna hold my comments till we're done.
I appreciate that. You're a good man.
All right. That concludes 117 again.
Yeah,
For
we had a
the-
little difficulties last Friday. My apologies on that, but it wasn't my fault
For the second time, we'll see if
if this happens.
I think we did a little bit better.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonder why.
I was going to say why you say that.
And apparently I'm the princess, Mike Nicholas.
He's here in spirit.
Well, don't forget to say something good about your union, Mike.
Every day. It's pretty good.
Till next time.
See ya.
Steel Revolution is a podcast by USW Local 105, Bettendorf, Iowa.